The Toronto Argonauts are 3.5-point home favorites over the Calgary Stampeders on Saturday afternoon, where it appears Nick Arbuckle will make his second straight start. Toronto had trouble getting much going offensively last week in Montreal, while the Stampeders looked sharp in a blowout win over Hamilton, despite 2 interceptions from Vernon Adams Jr. Can the Stampeders get the upset to improve to 2-0?
I think they absolutely can. And it's not just because Nick Arbuckle is probably still starting for the Toronto Argonauts, which I think makes a huge difference to that offense and takes away a lot of their explosive potential, even when they've had success with Arbuckle at the helm. Thinking back to the Grey Cup, it's been because of their defense. And the most important part of their defense, which already lost a lot of pieces this year, is Wynton McManus, and he's banged up going into this game. It's not sure if he will play. He's been limited in practice. He's been on the training table today. I think his health status is a huge factor to look at if you're betting on this game, because if neither Chad Kelly nor Wynton McManus is in the lineup, I think this runs away in favor of the Calgary Stampeders. The Argos would be without their best player on both sides of the ball. If McManus is playing hurt, it's a little bit closer, but I still think the Stampeders are the team to take this game.
To me, the Argonauts have no business being favored by more than a field goal in this game. For that reason alone, I'm taking the Stamps against the spread. The Stampeders, look, I was skeptical about them going into this year, and there's still some skepticism. Week 1 is just 1 week. I don't think it does anybody any favors to overreact to week 1. That being said, they deserve full credit for what they were able to do. Marquel Lee, former NFL veteran linebacker, was very solid in the middle of that unit. He was our week 1 defensive player of the week for 3 Down Nation. And I thought that offensively, Vernon Adams Jr. looked very comfortable in a new system. Dedrick Mills was utilizing some of those holes created by the offensive line in front of him. 3 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, they were all more or less in goal line situations, but hey, a tuggy is a tuggy, and he got 3 of them on the goal line there in Cowtown. I loved that from them, setting the physical tone. And the Toronto Argonauts struggled to do that, right? They're banged up on their defensive line, and that's even after they lost so many players in free agency. The Argonauts under Nick Arbuckle, right? He turned the ball over twice back at that Grey Cup game where he was named MVP. He did it again 3 times, actually, at home, including the fumble, which was returned by Isaac Adeyemi-Berglund for a touchdown. That's not going to get it done in the Canadian Football League. The Argonauts need Chad Kelly back as soon as possible. The good news is he's limited in practice. He's on the 1 game, not the 6-game injury list. But for now, I think you banged the nail on the head there, JC. Wynton McManus, ultra important to this Argonauts team. Right now, they might be without their best 2 players, period, and their best 2 players on offense and defense, respectively. Wynton McManus, for instance, was my number 2 player on my top 50 players ballot. I think he's that good. He was excellent in pass coverage and obviously stuffing the run week 1. If he's banged up, I think that spells bad things for the Toronto Argonauts. I wouldn't be shocked if they got the win here, but if they do, I think it'll be by a field goal or less. I am going to take the Stampeders to win and cover, but I'm happy to take the Stampeders to cover. I'm very pleased to get any points for the Stamps here. I will take Calgary.